Juan. We're probably live.
Take to get to the server.
Whoop whoop!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dice Droppers. We are picking up from last week of being off, and we are super excited to play Dungeons and Dragons tonight, while making sure that Eliza and Luke, and maybe myself or Chris or anybody else, drops their dice on the floor. But let's hope everybody does at least once tonight, just because. But I am your dungeon master for the night, and I am very excited for tonight's session. As last episode, the group Moonslivers entered the cave of the Green Dragons, trying to slay it and defeating its horrid beast, when all of a sudden, none other than Oscar, tell us what happened.
You.
It's really not cool.
I was glad it's you and not me.
I told you guys
I gotta start preparing.
We did some stuff,
See,
right?
again,
hit him
Moonslivers
with
went
the-
together to slay the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. Then, out of nowhere, Salazar continued to chant and managed to capture the dragon's soul and body, I believe.
Mhm.
And with that, a new battle began as we all rushed Salazar. His patrons slowly betrayed him, one by one, and a clutch. Was it anti-magic from you, Kars?
Yeah, a little bit of dispel magic, I believe. Is that a spell? Is that a thing that I have?
Yeah.
Dispel magic.
Super
Slowly
dope.
stripped Salazar of his patrons, leaving him weak and vulnerable as we captured them.
Yep. Raya was able to find some really cool items. And then upon interrogating Salazar, he refused to let you know about his patron. Then, when finally talking about him, which you had found out was Acererak. And I believe it was Eva who delivered the final blow.
Of course it was.
Darkness started swirling all around each one of you, and hearing a voice and someone saying that you have piqued their interest. So now we pick up where you guys had decided after all this to get a long rest inside
Oh,
the cave.
yay, spells.
You all awaken and feeling well rested and very much intrigued about what had just transpired the night before. You each feel a little bit sore, but as you wake up, you do see that it is morning, and that there are parts of the cave that are shining like little pieces of light from above, and you can see from the entrance of the cave where the waterfall is. You can hear the waterfall from afar, and you can see that there's like very light coming from that area. So with that being said,
Before we start, I would like to
What would you like to
attune
do?
to my belt during that time that I was resting, because I only need a few hours of rest for full rest.
yeah, absolutely. We'll say that you attune to it during the full rest, because you don't need the full 8 hours. So during that whole time, you meditated, and then you were tuning to the belt while keeping watch of your party.
Wait, does that mean I didn't take a full rest?
No, you did.
Well, as an elf, you just need to meditate for only a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
but that's like a short rest, full amount to get
Okay.
that basically. So
Thank you.
for 4 hours, you got the full benefit of that during that meditation time, and then during which point, while everyone was still resting, you attuned to your item.
Okay, thank you.
Got it.
I would like to have tried to make a poison.
All right, which poison are we making?
I'm making a injury poison. It'll stun and it'll do 3d6. Crafting DC is 17.
Okay.
And I only get a +2 to my roll right now. So it'll have to be. I just barely made it. I rolled the exact 15 I needed.
There you go. So taking out your poisoner's kit. So I'm in the poisoner's creation doc, by the way.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. All right, is it under sheet 1, sheet 2?
It should be sheet 1. I don't think that sheet 2 has anything.
Okay, awesome. So injury, poison, 3d6 damage. It has a DC throw. Perfect. And it's just one vial, I believe, right?
Only one, yes. Only one
Yeah.
application.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
Do I have to attune to the belt from Salazar?
Did you want to?
Sure. See what it does?
You wouldn't get the benefit of a full rest if you wanted to do that. So it'd be a short rest for you, which you would just roll for your hit points, and then you would be able to attune to it.
Well, can he just do it when we wake up?
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
I don't know if you can do it while you're walking.
Well,
It's a
we
short
don't have to
rest
be
word.
walking. He can just wake up
But
and do it.
remember that you did have a cart on the way over here.
Yeah, so I thought, yeah, I'm just in the cart.
Yeah, I wonder
It's
where
in the
it
cart
is
too,
now.
if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I just wait to get to the cart then.
It's up to you.
Yeah, wait.
So, you guys wake up, gotten your items, you've crafted your poison, and of course, you know, we have Salithal, who's like, you know, sitting to the side, crafting different poisons, and you're not as like, you know what to mix, but at this point you're kind of like doing different things, and you're crafting, and you're looking and knowing the knowledge of the different components to this, and you realize that you might have mismeasured, and as you're pouring the last one, you're kind of like take a step back, knowing that like it could be wrong, and the vial's okay. You're like, you give yourself a little like fist bump. Yeah, I did it. Grab it. So you have a vial.
I would
Awesome.
love for you to explode something. We all wake up to it.
I mean, not saying
So,
that
like, what
that
happened?
could or couldn't happen, but I definitely think there might need to be some consequences depending on
Is Salazar
what
back?
Right.
It's a ghost.
Anyway.
It's a ghost.
There was a ghost.
No.
All right.
No.
What you also found on Salazar was a map leading to actually having 3 significant points of interest. So we had Black Rock, and then there was an area that was out west, bordering the Darklands, but on the coast, a little bit past the forest, which is like, you know, a forest of like dead trees and like, you know, darker lands area. Then there was another one on the mountains of the Tectherios Mountains, bordering the Darklands as well, that was marked on the map. So, and then currently the location of where you guys are currently at, which is the Green Dragon's domain or lair. So, with that being said, I leave it to you guys. What do you want to do?
Aura would like to attune to her belt.
Okay.
Sitting and looking at it.
So you guys
Yeah.
are just gonna sit there for another 4 hours waiting for Aura to tune to the.
We waste the whole day just
Oh, I
like,
will wear
sitting
it.
around doing nothing.
We gotta make breakfast. That takes at least 4 hours.
Are we still in the cave? at
Yeah,
this
you guys
point?
are still in the cave, by the way.
So we just slept on the
Wow.
floor.
We should get out. We should get out of the cave. We should get out of this spooky.
Oh, you mean the ominous
I
cave that
need
tried to
to-
kill us like 3 different ways? Yeah, we should probably get out of here.
I need
Yeah,
Luke
probably.
to roll a d20 for me
I'm rolling a d20 currently in my hands.
right now.
10.
Just Luke.
It's a 10.
10.
Okay.
I'm using my
Uh,
new dice, by the way.
You are very
It is
lucky.
Beautiful.
I'm not gonna say what, but you are very lucky that you rolled a 10.
Oh yeah, I am.
As you guys are
10
still kind of
is
like resting and
the
waking
best
up,
number.
and just kind of gathering your belongings, getting ready, and leisurely taking your time. Eva, you get a sense that it gets a little bit colder, and where you're currently sitting, you do hear kind of like the waters from which you guys like were jumping over. You hear just the waters kind of move a little bit more, like the waves begin to kind of move a little bit faster than before.
I think we should all leave here now. And I am just gonna kind of start making my way back towards the entrance.
Okay.
Do we still have to make those stupid jumps? I just remembered.
Yes.
Remembered there's huge gaps.
I'm packing
Yes.
up my stuff. What didn't? I guess yeah, we were over on the other. Yeah. I'm gonna pack up my stuff. I'm going to look around one more time. And as I'm making the jumps, do I still see the bodies of the like wormlings?
The wormlings' bodies are still there on the ground, decaying, and there's like a lot of insects that are like on top of it. There's like you see a couple rats that are like gnawing at it. They're there.
I'm gonna pry off one of the scales and just keep it.
Yeah, at a green dragon scale wormling. They're about like yay big. Or probably
We
smaller than that.
still don't have dark vision, do we? I don't think we do anymore, right?
You guys don't know.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I meant like the people who were granted it is what I meant. So I'm gonna cast dancing lights before I make these jumps.
Okay.
And kind of put it near where the gaps would be, so that way, if people who can't see can see the gap and make the jump easier.
Go for it.
Do we need to roll for this? Probably.
We'll stay for the sake of this. Like you guys can use the action of long jump, which is move 10 feet plus jump the number of feet equal to your strength score. So if you guys want to do that, that'll enable you guys to move.
Wait, strength score, not modifier, right?
Yep.
Move 10 feet. Yes.
Okay.
So using your, and up to your strength score.
How much is the gap?
15 feet for the first one, and then 10 feet for the second one.
What about that one that's a little further over and it's just one jump?
One jump, that would be 10 feet.
I will do that one because I only have 10 feet.
So I'm just saying, you guys can just jump over that if you guys all want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump over that one.
Yeah.
We'll say for the sake of time, you guys, dancing lights is casted around, and the different lights are shining into the different areas of the cave. We'll say it just kind of surrounds your group, as a circle around it. And as you guys continue to move towards that area, you are able to jump over and begin making your way back through. I will say, for the sake of this, the rope is still there from where you guys used to climb down, as it was tied to the rock. So all of you would just need to make athletics checks for me. Roll a 5 or higher, and you guys would be able to climb up.
How high was the climb out?
8.
It's only like 20 feet.
Okay, I'm just gonna click my boots and levitate on up there.
Yeah, go for it.
10.
You click
I'll make it.
You play your horse just looks at you guys and just
I'm just back, like sort of snugly, like just watching a little bit.
I'd like to dedicate my jump here to Luke Strat _12 for his 23rd year cancer free. Congratulations, Luke. Just saw that you were in the chat. Wanted to give you a shout out.
Luke Strawman is probably one of the coolest people that I know, and honestly, congrats to you, man. 23, hell yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Let's fucking go! Oh!
Unfortunately, I did only roll an 8, but that's still above the 5, so I'm considering it a win.
All right, so Luke's shot with the sign in the heart. We're gonna say that you get aid from the gods and you like fall, but for some reason you just feel like some sort of force of energy catching you and just levitating you up forward and just kind of prop you up nicely on top of it. You have no idea what that was.
What the hell is that?
But I passed.
It's my patron.
Confused.
You know what's funny? Fabs rolled the exact same number.
Fabs and I
Also
both
rolled
just...
an 8, yeah.
Yeah. So Fabs, so Salithil begins to kind of fall, like looking up as
Didn't you say it
Ryo
was a DC
and
5?
It's a DC5, man. You're
Yeah.
getting caught in semantics.
yeah, absolutely. You make it. You guys both make it. It's fine. I just want to do something cool for Eliza's character. Anyway, so you guys make your way out of the cave, correct? Passing the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
As you do, you open up towards that area, which obviously Ryo, like it's your training area. You're very accustomed to it. As you exit the cave, the trees and everything are intact, but looking up at the sky, you see from a distance that there is like dark clouds that are beginning to like move in your direction, and it does appear that it is thundering and rainy, and it's like headed your way. So
Seems
you guys
like a
probably have a
storm's
few
coming
moments.
Is the storm coming from like the Darklands, or is it coming from the sea, or like where's it coming from?
Yeah. So if you were to look at the map that we're on right here, I'll give you a general direction. So looking outside the cave, the way you're looking is probably like southwest in the direction that you're looking out once you exit the cave. That is where it's coming from. So it's probably coming from like across that like lake area and headed your way.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, looks like storm will probably be here within coming day. What do we want to do? We found that map that Salazar had a few different interesting tidbits on it. One around Blackrock, one on the other side of the Darklands, and one that was pretty close towards us.
Well, I know we've all been through a lot, but it did sound like the people at Blackrock could probably use our help. Last we heard. I don't know how things are going there, but maybe we're not too late if we do head that way.
I have some interests in the Blackrock area as well, but a little bit more to the west than just Blackrock. How about you, Eva?
Did you see Ryo?
Alright, you guys
Shoot.
cutting,
Eva.
cutting
Oh,
out a
Eva.
lot.
Okay, Eva.
I'm okay. I didn't hear what Fab said, but I heard Eliza. You just kind of see Eva kind of having her arms, holding her arms together like this, and just kind of looking down, and is kind of just really spacing out right now and not really listening to what anyone is really saying.
Eva! Listen, I know what you just went into there was rough, right? And you can take all the time you need. We just need to know which way we're going to point the cart. Do we want to go to Blackrock? Do we want to search out more spots in Salazar's map? What are you feeling?
I don't think I'm in the right place to make decisions right now, but If you guys all want to go to Blackrock, that's fine with me.
Any dissenting opinions?
I'm gonna say, Phil, you keep saying we, but I know that I've just been here for a few minutes, so, basically a day. I really don't have any affiliation with anybody. Are you including me in this journey?
You can come along if you like. I've seen no reason not to. You did pretty well in there, and I figured, live targets was more interesting and true to form than punching the trees of some mango grove in the forest somewhere.
First of all, peaches. Second of all,
My deepest apologies.
I have no allegiance to anybody, and I've been looking for my next journey. So I'd love to tag along if you guys would allow me.
Fantastic. You can join. You can hop on the cart, and maybe we'll introduce you to some other friends.
Cool.
Who
I want to
have-
give Salafel a big hug, big squeeze,
Okay.
and then just run into the cart and hop in, sit down, really while everyone's still outside the cart.
Who said you're going to the cart first?
I did.
Is.
All right. You guys are walking in the direction that where your cart is currently located. It's no longer there.
Did you guys say something about a cart?
Morge and
Dash.
Vash are no longer there as well.
Did you guys say something about a cart? Because I don't see any cart over here.
They may have ran into some trouble. Maybe?
Or they may have run off.
I think they stole our car.
Well, to be fair, she did buy it, so.
She didn't buy it. She was given it by whatever. Let's.
I don't see any broken
Ground.
glass on the ground.
Yeah, can I
It's
look
a
around and see
technicality.
if
Yeah.
there's
Who is looking on the ground right now?
Me, I would like to roll an investigation check.
I'll
Okay.
take a look as well.
Okay, go ahead. You guys will roll separately.
Are these? This is investigation, yeah.
Investigation checks. Yes.
I rolled a 13.
23.
Okay. Yeah, looking around, Ryo, you look on the ground. You see that the wagon tracks appear to be moving in the same direction from which they came. Looking around and the different areas, Salafel, you actually see a note that looks like it had basically fallen on the ground, and it has almost what it appears to be just a little nail or small knife that was printed out. You look by the tree and you see that there's a knife that's small, just a butter knife or something that's on the ground. And a note that just kind of blew onto the wind. It's under a bunch of trees and everything. Or sorry, a bunch of twigs and stuff.
All right, I'll walk over, snag it, and lift it up to the light.
You lift it up, you look into the light, and it reads that is from Morge, and she expresses her deepest condolences to you guys and apologies, saying that I waited for you guys. I was sent a Raven, and I have some personal matters to attend. My apologies. If you guys walk towards, and then she points out on the map more west, see a large oak tree, and there you will find someone who I connected with that is waiting for you, that will be able to take you to the nearest town.
What's the note say?
Well, Morge stole our cart, but at least she gave us a cabbie.
It's impressive how she knows so many people.
I'd like to grab the note from Saelathil and sniff it.
Hey,
So, smells like parchment paper.
Smells like parchment paper.
I'm sure it does, because that's what it is. What was the point of that? What information would have been gained by smelling it that we didn't already? Never mind. All right, you know what? We go walk in this direction. We go find a big oak tree. We're gonna see some person that will bring us back to the nearest town that hopefully isn't filled with little frog people.
She reads by smelling.
I'm gonna say you gotta use all your senses.
Total enlightenment.
Imagine if you had to smell to read. Everyone would just be sniffing their phones all day. Just be like,
Anyway, strange voices. Should we go to the nearest town or just try to guess where Blackrock is? Which direction Blackrock is?
Well, we know
I
it's
don't think-
west, right? Like that's kind
You
of
do
where
have a
we came
map.
from.
You guys do have a map in terms of like the locations that are pointed out on there that are X'd out. So you do know the like vaguely the direction to go. There aren't exactly landmarks, but Morge did point out a very large oak tree that's not too far away. So just letting you guys know that as well.
Looking at the map, how long of a trip does it look like distance-wise?
Yeah. So for Blackrock,
Like 1 day, 2 day?
1, 2, 3, probably about a 3 or 4 day journey to fully get there.
on foot.
I would say. Not 30 feet, Luke. or Oscar.
I
Or
said
Oscar, not 30
About
feet.
6 seconds.
I saw someone like put it on the map. Yeah. 6 seconds. Yeah, so where that green dot is on the map, it took you guys about a day's journey to get from that. There is a reference point. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 3.5 days. Comfortably, you could probably get there in 4. So
All right.
Do we get to do anything in these 3 days?
And that's
Well, we-
on foot, right?
We haven't decided what we're doing yet.
Oh.
that's again, that's with a cart. On foot, I'd probably say it'd probably take you like at least like 2 extra days. So like,
It's
5.
faster with the cart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. 'Cause
Okay.
your horse is doing all the work.
I was just going through. Like I thought we were slowed down by the swamp because of the cart. That's why I was asking, but that's okay.
Well, we no longer have a cart because
And we're out of the swamp.
Well,
Yeah,
Well, we're gonna
it's
be.
gonna take. Yeah. So again, it's up to you. Where the oak tree is currently in terms of kind of like where you're seeing it on a map. It is marked, not on the map, but just like you guys can tell like from the map itself that there is an oak tree that's like probably like a half day's journey, not even.
this is a really detailed map. All right.
Yeah.
Want to go towards the oak tree?
Yeah,
Or
half
should
a
we
day.
just leave someone waiting there forever? I think that'd be kind of funny.
Do I
Come back
know
in
of
a
this
week.
oak tree?
Yes, you do. Yes.
What do I know?
Ryo, you know that the oak tree itself, it's very much known for just being an area that is very well respected. There are beautiful flowers in the fields. There are various different variety of animals that like to graze and move around, and the oak tree is almost kind of like a tree and just kind of like a nice landmark that a lot of people like to visit. It's one of the largest oak trees within this area. What's very significant about it is that the acorns are utilized actually to make some of the best ale known within this region. And just moving more west, there is a small town, and you know of this town, and there is a tavern known as the Curious Twig. And you know that there is a wood elf there who is a very nice and proper man who likes to serve all races and all kinds from all different lands. and he is known for brewing this fantastic ale.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love the oak tree. Let's go.
All right. Let's follow Ryo because apparently she knows how to get there.
Lead the
Um,
way.
All right, open at him. Let's go.
I'd like to skip there.
Of course.
You're skipping the entire way.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Ryo takes the lead. Knowing the area and knowing this stuff, it doesn't take you as long because you do actually are able to like kind of weave around the different areas of the forest that it wouldn't be tough terrain. Takes you guys a few hours to get there. You do hear the clouds. Excuse me. Moving in from behind you and getting a little bit closer. As you approach and getting outside of the forest, you get over the hill, all of you, and looking over it, you just see these beautiful grasslands. Everything is very well, kept. There's beautiful flowers in the different fields, and there is a single road down the middle that leads to this oak tree, where there are, basically a few benches that are kind of sat around it. It is a nice landmark, and afar you do see like a figure that's sitting in one of the benches.
Oh god, we're gonna have a picnic. Alright, I start walking down a little bit faster and just put my hand over my head, like hailing the person down there.
Okay. So you're greeting the person, correct?
Yeah.
So you approach and you make your way down towards the oak tree. As you get closer, you see a gnome with white hair and a blue hood that goes over him. Next to him, he has a beautiful flute that's just kind of like grasping in his left hand, and he is asleep. And there is a frog that is sitting on his left shoulder. And he's just passed out, and he has a very long white beard, and he is just laying there, not snoring, but just sound asleep.
I see this, lean in really close, and just bring everyone closer.
I'd like to sit next to him and start, like, waking him up with my flute.
On the count of 3, we're all going to shout hi really loudly.
No.
Oh, this sounds like fun.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hi! Wait. I don't see a picnic.
What the fuck? Oh my god! You just see this gnome just like pop up, and he like is sitting like on top of the bench. He's like, oh!
Hi.
What?
Morju's friend?
What the fuck is your problem? Oh god!
I don't know, my cart got stolen.
Can't you let an old man sleep?
I just
What the
dropped
hell
one
is
of
the
my
matter with you? Oh,
It's a hell of a place to sleep.
Biddlewalk, are you okay?
I just dropped one of my die.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's one.
Fuck you, Luke. Fuck you.
You're rude. You're really rude.
18.
I don't drop my fist.
What episode are we on? 19?
19. We're one behind.
Oh,
One
averaging
behind.
one per episode.
One more episode. Someone always drops the dice at least once. Anyway, the older gnome is sitting there in front of you, just like, oh god, like, I was having a really pleasant dream. Those
Wow.
none of your business, asshole who woke me up.
It was
Having
fun
a
now.
great dream. It's having a really great dream. Oh.
Do I know this gnome?
You have never met this gnome before. Ugh.
I'd like to say hi to his little frog.
Oh. Okay,
What's your frog's name?
His name is Piddlewalk.
Piddlewalk. Cute.
Yeah, he's a good little lad. He's I just found him down the stream not too long ago, a few months ago, and I'm pretty lonely nowadays, and don't really play a lot anymore with my friends, but Piddlewalk keeps me company and likes my music, so yeah.
Oh, you play music.
So where are we going?
What?
We're friends of Morris's. She stole our cart and then pointed us to you.
Oh yes, and he like looks down, he like pulls his sleeve, and you see that there's writing on his arm like Morge's friends will meet by tree. Yes. I apologies, Sam. Let me introduce myself. I am Woolbog. I am a gnome from faraway land, and yes, I actually was walking through the forest and I heard these bagpipes, and it was really interesting. I haven't heard someone play the bagpipes in a very long time, and I found this wonderful half-orc, and she was very nice and kind to me, but she was sent a raven, and it was a sense of urgency and had to leave immediately, and I asked her what was wrong, and well, she gave me a ton of gold and said, hey, my friends are here, can you help them? And I said, sure, and she knew that this was a safe place by the oak tree, so it was a good meeting spot. But yeah, I mean, it seems like you guys have. He kind of looks over at Eva. He goes, "Miss, are you okay?"
Fine. Why do you ask?
Oh, just an older gnome like me. We're very intuitive when it comes to people's feelings, and I can just tell that you have a lot on your mind. So,
I'm quite
is there anything I
fine.
can-
Now, can we please get on with getting to town, please?
Okay, I'm just worried about you, but all right. He looks over at Ryo and is like, "Is your friend okay?"
Talking to you.
I don't know. I don't think so. You just asked them. Why are you asking me? What am I supposed to know?
He doesn't know that like he has only known me for like half a day.
Barely know this person.
I'm extremely confused right now. All right. Anyway, I don't know your names, but again, my name is Woolbog, and this is Piddlewalk. And your names?
My name is Sailthil Kathara. Say that 5 times fast.
Cathar. No, I'm not going to try that. That is a beautiful name, and I see a wood elf. Yes. Silthol, it's a very unique name. I like it a lot. Might even write a song. Silthol. Silthol.
Good luck finding a rhyme for my name. This one.
Litho.
Silthol. So full of shit.
I wish you
Yeah,
were
look at that.
tell right now, because I would totally punch you for that. No reason. Sail just turns on his heel and just clocks you.
Roll an attack.
No, it doesn't happen. But I just thought that it would, like, if she wasn't quite so sad, just for no reason.
I'll have to work on it. I don't really know you, and so that would be kind of rude of me to say, but is full of. We'll get there.
This one over here is Aura.
Hi there.
Oh, Erganasi, unique. Okay. And he just kind of goes and like tries to poke you. Like,
No. You don't get to dream with about. You don't get to poke me.
okay, listen. if I were to tell you a dream, it's a little embarrassing. I don't want to say it in front of everyone, but it was a very fantastic.
Okay, you can tell me in the car. I'll listen.
Listen, an old man doesn't get action anymore, okay? You need to leave me alone, alright? I gotta take
This
what I can
one's
get.
Karst.
Oh,
That's Lieutenant Cost,
yeah, big
actually.
fella.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, Lieutenant Cost. Oh, Lieutenant Cost.
Thank you, sir.
Of what guild?
Silver Falcons. Very important.
Oh,
Very
the Silver Eagles. Oh my
Right, Eagles.
god. I know you of your guild. Your guild is one of the most unique guilds ever. Yeah, you can roll an insight check. Yeah, absolutely. You can check to see if he's lying.
Is this just Dorn again?
Oh.
Dorn's
4.
dead.
Yeah, but he's also like, oh, Silver Eagles. Like, maybe he met him. I don't know.
Why would he fake his own death?
For the plot twist.
What'd you roll?
Llama.
What'd you roll?
4.
You have no idea if he's lying or not. From what he's saying, you feel like he is telling the truth. Yes, I know much about your guild. Many years, many adventures with them. Though they didn't make me a member, but that was a little disappointing during my younger days. But hey,
Oh, that's
no
very
worries.
exclusive.
So, Lieutenant Cost, awesome. And who's the one who's pissed off over there?
I'm Eva, and I'm not pissed off.
Oh, you are.
I'm not.
Take it from
pissed
an old
off.
man who's been around the block a few times.
You
I
say
know
good
pissed off.
emotions, but I'm not pissed off.
Eva. And he kind of like walked through you.
Sounds like someone needs a hug. And I start to walk over to Eva and squeeze her
Yeah.
slowly.
What a good friend. That is a great.
Hold on. Before she does that, hold on.
Fireball.
Fireball. Rasengan. Luke, do Rasengan.
No, I was trying to see if there's a way I could. No, there's nothing. I can't do anything with my cantrip, so I'm just gonna dodge it. I'm just gonna move out of the way.
Dodge a monk. Okay.
I'll just keep kind of running after in a circle until you allow me to give you a hug. Kind of like a little.
Just outlast her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just see as like Eva's just kind of slowly like moving around about and just circling you guys as you see Riley like, "Come on, give me a hug." Well, anywho, well, Morge told me that to take you to the nearest town over there, and well, I'm more than happy to do that. So, would you guys like to head over there?
Yeah, I've had my fill of our group therapy session right now, so we can put that on hold. Which way is it?
Oh, it's more west.
Fantastic. We need to go west anyway. Alright, let's go!
Oh,
Ryan, stop playing tag. Come on.
D group therapy. Just that would be so crazy. Like you work through your problems while you're going through a dungeon.
Whoa.
All right, so you get into the dungeon, and it's your father.
Hold on a minute. So,
Roll initiative.
Zilithel, you're moving in that direction, and it's a little well, it's unnecessary. And he pulls out his flute and just kind of flicks it around his fingers like, dope. I don't know if I can do it with this. Way cooler than that.
I hope so.
I dropped my pen. Does that count?
I think it was pretty cool.
Nice.
I did it again.
Shoot.
Oh my god.
Anyway, he like spins it around really quick, grabs it, and goes, "I need everyone to stand and grab each other's hands."
Oh, a friendship circle. All right.
I grab
And a
both.
Come on, Sail.
I want to grab both of Eva's hands.
So it's just you and
Again,
Eva holding
you're-
hands on the side.
Link hands in a circle around me, please.
I will reluctantly grab one of Ryo's hand, and then I will grab Karst's hand.
All right.
I'll grab Karst and Aura.
So that means
Now
I grab
bring it
Aura's
back.
hand.
Yay!
Right. I'm
We're
ready.
gonna do something.
Sailor feels hand.
And he begins to play the flute, and it seems off key when he's playing it. And as he does, you see that underneath you, the area in which that you guys are standing near the bench, there seems to be almost like a glowing circle with different symbols and different
It's the
shapes that
Ocarina
are
of
intertwined. And as this is happening, you guys are all basically part of a spell, and it begins to glow in this like light blue energy, and his flute begins to be played as almost like bursts of energy are through each of the holes, and goes, all right, here we go. And as he hits the last note, immediately you guys are teleported to the town of Wigston.
Whoa.
And the town is currently it's small, it's not a large town.
Is this the town that I know?
Yes, this is the
Okay.
town that you know. So you do all appear in the middle of town of Wigston, and as you appear, you see that Wolwog has the biggest smile on his face, and all of a sudden a woman comes rushing out of her house with a huge like piece of like wood like from a fire, and just smacks him upside the head as he slams down on the ground. She goes, Wolwog, what have I told you of doing the freaking teleport spell in front of my house? He's like, I was so worth it. Oh. You know, Elena, that you hit me a lot harder this time than last. Well, it suits you well. What if my children were playing outside? They would have been obliterated. No, that's not how the spell works. We would have been totally fine. Ugh. You and your friends. Ugh. And she just rolls her eyes, and just like as she's walking by, just chucks the piece of wood back at him and nailing him in the forehead. And he's like, oh, I love you so much.
You seem to be well liked here.
I've been wooing that woman for years. She'll come around one day. Anywho,
Never mind. You know what? Never mind. I don't know why I'm getting invested in your love life. Where on the map are we?
it was years ago when I saw her from afar.
Oh god.
I'm pulling out the
She
map
was-
and I'm actively
She was
like
there,
shoving it in his face.
standing in front of me at the tavern, the local tavern of the Curious Twig. I saw her there with beautiful flowing blonde hair, and I couldn't escape her beauty. I walked up to her to try to buy her a drink. She said no. I said yes. She said no again, and then she smacked me upside the head, and I knew it was love at first smack. I then got on top of the bar and decided to sing a song, and then I was thrown out of the bar due to rude behavior, which I didn't think was rude at the time since I was swooning her. I visited her every night for a week, and I sang her songs every night until she got annoyed with me and told me to leave. But secretly, I knew she liked me. And for years, every now and then, I appear in this town, and every time I do, she does not like my presence. But I know she'll come around. And Pittlewalk is just on his shoulder, like,
Does anyone want to tell him that's harassment?
I think he's too old to not care anymore.
anyway, this is your town. That would be 25 gold pieces.
Morge already paid you. I'm not giving you extra.
Apparently a lot of gold too. Your words.
I'll give him 25 gold.
No.
Oh,
What? No.
Oh, thank you very much. Elena, I have brought you gold for your children. And he begins to like walk
look what you did.
towards her house.
Ugh.
She then like bursts open the door, smacks him upside the head, takes the gold, walks over to you, and just goes, "Don't give him any gold. Understand?" She brings back in.
Okay. I take it and I put it back in my pocket.
Oh man. One day she'll love me. One day.
I want to start walking away from this guy.
Yeah, let's go get a drink. It's been a long day.
The Twig place has the best ale in town.
Someone tells me the only ale in town as well.
Oh, good luck, everyone, in
That
your
means-
adventures. I will be on my way. And you just see him like teleport out.
I want that spell.
Creepy guy
That
aside,
dude's
pretty cool
little-
spell.
That dude's like level 18. What the hell?
It's
Got
creepy
2
eight-
teleports?
Yeah.
That's nuts. Anyway. So we're going to a bar then? We're not like going to
The town that you guys are currently located in, you guys are in the center point of town. There's one road that just goes through, a large road that goes through the middle of town. There are different houses. There is a very small blacksmith shop. You see that there are some local shops. There's more of like, a bakery. There might be a small tire shop where you can, buy some clothes. It's just a normal small town, and then there's one tavern that is very distinguishable compared to the rest of these buildings. Its shutters are made out of beautiful carved oak, and it almost seems like the whole building was handcrafted specifically and elegantly, and you can just see the architectural designs are just way more elegant than the rest of it. It very much sticks out. At the top of it, you do see a twig, like a legitimate twig that's not too long. It just is like maneuvering, almost kind of like this, like almost a circuit, but just like in a circular motion in a spiral, if that makes sense.
Very cool.
Curious.
And that is the curious twig.
So, really though, like, are we going to get a drink in the middle of the day, or are we going to keep going to Blackrock?
Well, I want to stop at the tavern one, for a drink, I'm not going to lie, but also, I think it's important that we just, sort of touch base. Maybe they know something about what's going on, so we don't head straight there with no context of any updates.
Sure.
Hang on a little bit.
All right.
Good thinking.
I'd like to go to the outfit store today.
I'd like to look for a magic shop.
There are no magic shops here.
There are none? Alright, then I will go get the most alcoholic drink possible at the tavern.
I'd like to
So
turn
who's going
to Eva and get really close to her face and say, "Do you want to go try on outfits with me?" With a big smile. One undeniable, can't say no smile.
I'm gonna say roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Yeah. Against my what?
Passive persuasion.
Counter persuasion?
Counter persuasion.
I think it's there. I think there is a passive persuasion. I could be wrong. I think that's.
I don't
You can make
believe
any
so.
stat passive if you want, really.
I'm just gonna say roll to contest it. I think that's just better because you're trying to not be persuaded to do it.
Charisma
so-
saving throw. Charisma saving throw.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough.
Let's see.
I mean, it's closer than... It's about as close as we can get, right?
I rolled a 16.
I'm not saying that because I'm good at charisma. The wizard is not good at charisma.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Great.
What'd you roll?
I'm just gonna go with the charisma saving throw. That's fine.
No, we'll just do it a contested
What'd you roll?
persuasion check.
Well, it's the same either way. It's a 10.
Yay!
very reluctantly, you decide, yeah, it's
I kind of just like don't say anything, and then I have a feeling that you're just gonna grab my hand and then drag me away.
Her puppy eyes are very convincing.
yeah. You're pulling her arm with you, Ryo, and headed towards the local shop. You
Does
do know
anyone
the
else wanna
individual
come?
that.
No.
Nah, I'm good. Have fun.
Okay, bye.
Wait, don't be too long though, because we do have places to be. We gotta go somewhere, so just make it quick. We'll meet back here.
Sure.
All right, I'm trusting you. I don't feel like I should trust you, but I trust you. Okay, we'll be back here.
Good thing. And then I whispered at Eva. He didn't give us a timeline. Perfect.
All right.
I'm laughing as me, by the way. Eva isn't laughing.
So even Ryo,
Sorry, I find a lot of this amusing.
heads
It's hard to be
the
sad when
local-
so many of you are funny.
local attire shop, which has very elegant dresses, different attire, but also has, some, customizable garments as well. Ryo, have you been here before? Do you want to have been here before?
Yes, it's my favorite shop.
All right. So, going into the shop, and the shop doesn't really have a name. You just know it's the local shop. There's no name of what it is. But you walk in and you know the owner. The owner's name is Sarya, so Sarya, so Sarya, and she is a shorter human with red hair and nice freckles, and she is probably the best dresser, and she also knows how to sew and create different garments and gowns and everything.
What time of year is it?
What
You want
time
to know
of
if it's okay
year?
to wear white?
Like weather-wise, is it a lot of warm weather, or is it more like?
Well, it's funny that you ask that. Normally this would be summer and it'd be very warm in these areas, but it is a little bit colder than it normally is. Kind of more feels like fall almost, but it is summer technically.
All right.
Okay, so I walk in and I say, "Hey, Sarya. This is my new friend Eva, and she's looking for a new outfit."
We're not friends, and I didn't ask to be here.
Ryo, it is so nice to see you. Oh my gosh. And she comes over and gives you the
I give her a
biggest
big
hug.
Mm-hmm. And then I pull Eva in as well.
Oh,
It's kind of like when you pull
have a
me in.
new
It's kind of like one of
story to
those
say.
like a children who doesn't want to go to a museum, and it's kind of like I'm stopping my foot while I'm going. Like a cartoon where they're
Oh,
skipping their
Ryo.
feet on across the floor, and there's marks.
Oh, Ryo, it's okay. You don't have to give me a hug, darling. It's all right. I'm really excited that you're back in my shop. What brings you into town?
Well, this is my new friend Eva, and we wanted to go shopping. And I think that Eva has this long, beautiful pink hair, and I think it could be
Short.
cool. Short, beautiful
It's
pink
short.
hair,
It's
and I think she could really, I bet you have something in your store for her.
Oh, I have just the thing. Eva, if it is all right with you, I would love to take a lock of your hair. Don't worry, I'm not going to keep it. I'll give it back. I just needed to use it for purposes of the actual garments because I can do something really cool if you'd like to see.
wait. Did you say what race did you say she was?
Human.
Oh, okay. So is she shorter than me, or is she like my height?
She's like 4'6".
Okay, so she's shorter than me. All right.
She's short.
Yeah.
But she's
I
older.
give-
She's probably in her late 20s, and she's just very well dressed and knows what she does. She's got red hair and she's got freckles on her face, and she is just very intrigued by you right now and just
Okay.
asks you for a lock of hair.
I give Eva a look
Okay.
do it, come on.
I'm like, oh, okay, and just kind of turn
Oh,
my
wonderful! And then she just runs over and just basically like very swiftly and precisely just plucks one. You barely feel a thing. And she like runs over towards the back room and she's like, and then walks
Okay,
over
she
towards
said
the
a
big-
lock of my hair, not a hair. Because I thought she was gonna like Mulan style, like chop a chunk of my hair
She
off.
comes. She grabs like maybe a few pieces, but she's like looking at it and she's like, And then she turns over. You see that she actually has like glasses that were like on her back that has like a nice, basically like string that kind of goes around it. She pulls back around, pulls the glasses on, and is looking intriguely with him. Okay, perfect. And she runs towards the back of the store, and she's like pulling like different things from the shelves.
I
and
don't
just
know why,
analyzing it,
but I
getting
like to think
closer.
those glasses are like those anime glasses with like the circles that like spin around.
Yeah, they are. They're like one of these, and her eyes get really big. She finally gets the garments, and she looks over towards you, and she goes, "Okay, are you ready?"
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right. She puts a very long draped cloak, what appears to be like silver, and almost like a grayish silver that's around you. She says, okay, like what I want you to do is I want to tie it on here. Okay, perfect. All right, now stand here. And Ryo, you know to step back. And as she does, she puts her hands close together like this. And as she closes her eyes and opens them, it just begins to glow in this, what appears to be almost like radiant bright energy. And as she like pulls her hands out, she just begins to move them and swirl them. And as it does, the garments that which is basically just like a drape, it was like almost like a cape on you, begin to fold and kind of shift out, almost like Cinderella style. And all of a sudden, you just have
What happened to the clothes I have on?
They're still on. It's just
Okay.
basically like it's basically the Silver Falcon's cape that's being replaced right now. Not saying it's gone; it's still on you, but as
I
it
got
appears, it
no.
kind of, like,
I
swirls
got
up
rid
into
of
the
that.
air.
I got rid of that.
It's a beautiful gown, and it actually emanates has like a beautiful pink outlining that goes around the whole thing. So it is a nice like cloak that you can have like a nice hood, and the lining of it is pink, exactly the same color as your hair. And
How
also
far does it go down?
goes
so,
down
like,
towards your legs.
like before my ankles, or like more
Like
my
your knees. Your knees.
Okay.
Is that what you want it to be?
Well, I need to know if it's okay for me to like run around in this or not.
Yeah,
That's
you
all
can
I'm trying
run.
to ask.
It's functional. It's fully
Okay.
functional.
It's a fully
Okay.
functional gown for you, and here it is.
And then I'm gonna say, tell him about its special powers.
God, I don't want to know.
Special powers is that it cannot get dirty.
Ooh. Cool.
Okay.
She goes, watch. She goes, watch. She runs outside, grabs like a bunch of dirt, runs back in, and just starts smearing it like all over. And you see as the dirt, as it hits, it just flops down. And she goes, and water too. And she takes a glass, just like a glass of water, and throws it on you. And it doesn't hit you per se; it just hits the actual gown. And as it hits, it like almost is like absorbed, and it just like dissipates, and you don't feel any sort of like moisture at all.
That would have been such a good moment to be like, and water too. It like dumps down on me. The dress is dry, but my face and hair is just soaked.
Oh, sorry, I would never do that. She would never do that to her customers.
That would be really funny though.
So
you
Ryo, would
like
you like
it?
the same thing?
I kind of. Am I looking in a mirror, or like what? Am I just looking down at my
You're looking in a
my
mirror.
dress?
No, she
Okay.
snaps her fingers. All of a sudden, the mirror comes down right in front of you.
I kind of, Eva kind of looks at the dress and looks at the pink lining and kind of like sways the dress with her hand, and then you see like kind of a smile that she's trying to hide almost.
Oh,
And
she
it's
likes
like-
it.
I like it.
Okay, yes, I do want another one, but I want it in blue.
Okay. And she does the same thing to you, and Ryo, you have one as well.
Okay. Now that we have matching cloaks, I would
Now, in
like to
terms
pay
of
her.
payment. Okay. Well, you know that the typical fee for a gown like this is kind of expensive. We know that it's typically 50 gold pieces, just because you know of its capabilities.
Mhm.
However, given the fact that your friend is a first-time buyer here, this one is on the house. I hope that you come back.
Aw, that's so kind.
Thank you
I'd
very
like
much.
I'd like to give her 10
Thank-
gold. Just for the help.
How much? What was her? How do
She
you spell
takes
her
the
name?
10 Sarya. She takes the 10 gold and you pay the 50 extra for
Mhm.
yours, correct?
Yep.
She goes, "Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you overpaid. Here's your 10 gold back."
And I just
And
leave it.
What's the name of the town again? Sorry, I'm just taking a note
Wingston.
here.
Wigston.
Wigston.
Wig?
Or Wig?
Like
Wig?
wigs?
Wigs.
Wigs.
Wigs Tom.
Wigston.
Wigston.
Jesus Christ.
Wigston.
Wigston.
Wiggler. Wigglers.
Wigston.
You can't complain about when he doesn't take notes and when he does take notes, Lawson.
I'm not a note taker. I'm a note taker.
I take notes for the things that I like or the things that that my character would know. That's how I take notes.
All
If my character shouldn't know it, I
Fair
shouldn't
point.
know it.
Fair point.
All right. I am.
So she pushes back the 10 gold pieces to you, and what did you say?
I said I just leave it there.
Ryo, you forgot your change.
And I just walk away.
Ryo, you're so nice. Well, I will just put this towards your next bill, and then she just puts like a credit. She like writes it down. And as you walk out, you see that there are some townsfolk that are just walking down the street and everything, who went to the tavern.
Oh,
Karst.
I was gonna do one more thing.
Zalithal. All right, go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Eva turns to Ryo and just kind of looks at her and smiles and is like, I really needed this today.
Aw. I give her a big hug.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now you can go to the other side.
No, I just wanted a wholesome moment.
Ryo, you're getting inspiration from me because that was really nice. I'm awarding you inspiration. All right. So, in the tavern, you, Karst, Zalithal, and Aura, you guys enter the tavern. You hear that you hear music playing. It is a very quaint place. There aren't a lot of tavern patrons here. As it enters, you hear a man who has short, very spiky, nice black hair, blue eyes, nicely dressed in a very what appears to be like green and gold lining, very elfish. He is an elf. Zalithal, you recognize him immediately as a wood elf. And he goes, "Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Curious Twig. I am Garrick, and I will be serving you. Please let me know what ale you would like, and I'd be more than happy to give some to you."
Well, aren't you prim and proper? All right, I'll take a good ale. That sounds good.
Oh, good ale. Yes. No, I totally understand. So, the key ale here, honestly, we have a White Moon Mead, which is a pale ale made of a piece of honeycomb with from a flutter beehive. part buttery, part bumblebee. Those nocturnal creatures produce a crystal clear honey that is perfect for mead making. It really is crisp. It's got an herby taste with sweet finish. White Moon mead is one of my favorites. And then we also have also what I like to call the oak brandy, which is very much one of the great drinks that we get from the large oak tree as well. Those are our two main ones. Personally, for me, the White Moon mead is something that I would say is, pretty sweet and savory and nice. But again, it's completely up to you what you would like. So.
All right, I think I will do the oak brandy. That sounds good. And can I do one for my friends as well? Sorry, I don't mean to order for you, but it's on me.
When you guys walked in, I just sort of talked to the back, and I started looking at the other people who were in. I didn't walk up to the bar with you guys.
Oh, sure. I'll just say just for my friend then.
Yeah.
My friend here, Aura.
I'll try the White Moon mead.
All right, we'll do one of each.
Of course.
All right.
Yeah.
It is one silver piece per glass.
I'm just going to take a gold piece and throw it on the counter.
Ooh.
Very nice of you. We'll
I'm
get
just-
a few drinks in then, I see.
I'll say, hey, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Yes, I am Garrick. I am
Garrick.
the owner of the Curious Twig. It has always been my dream to open up a tavern in a small town where I can relax and really serve patrons and travelers that come in through. So, what are your names?
Well, I'm Cost. And
I'm Aura. Hello.
we're just passing through. So Garrick, owner, proprietor, fancy man, all the titles that you have. Listen, have you heard any news of the capital? And Blackrock?
The capital, and he just takes out a glass. He starts, basically cleaning it after he's given you both your drinks. News from the capital. You mean of Tatara?
Tatara, yeah, the one
that's
that
what you're-
had the incident not too long back. I was just curious how they're doing.
Incident. So, well, we are just outside the city, so they are in my capital. But yeah, I mean, we did hear that there was some conflict. I guess a dragon showed up, or something like that. So as you're walking around, you see one man's head kind of perk up when the dragon is mentioned.
I'm just gonna. I'm still sticking to one of the corners. I'm just gonna keep the hood up and rested back a little bit, and so you can't really see my face. But I'm gonna just keep watching him intently the entire time this conversation's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you're watching him intently, he's describing the capital. So he keeps talking to Karst and Aura. Yeah, the capital. Yes, we did hear. Our town did hear about the circumstances there. We actually had some townsfolk that actually traveled out there, really just to ensure that the safety, to help, with building and just to assist them with anything that needed. We did have, we do like to ship them some of our good ale, obviously, and in addition to that, we just found folks that were looking for work, and we knew that, so it was kind of a win-win for everyone. So all we know is that there was a dragon there, and the capital is lucky that it wasn't as big of a deal as I guess some predicted. So
Right. Nothing since then, though. That's good. Yeah, sorry, just pick your brain a little bit more. Blackrock, I know that there was some heavy stuff going on there recently. I haven't heard any news in a little while, so
just
what?
keep it on the sensitive side.
Oh.
He leans in, begins to whisper to you, we do have a patron here who is from Blackrock, so just be mindful. And he looks over towards the corner. You see that there is a hunched over with a hood up. His feet are not touching the ground. There is a long bearded dwarf that's sitting there. You see his battle axe that's just kind of propped up against the wall. He's got very long, hairy arms, gauntlets on both of them. You see that his knuckles are just bandaged and bloodied and everything. His fingernails just dirtied up, and the actual hood and cloak that he's wearing is covered in soot. You see that there are burn marks, slash marks, arrow piercings through it. And he's just sitting there, just kind of holding his ale, not looking at you guys, just looking down.
I'm gonna follow the Garrick's eyes without actually turning my head, just to like see where he's looking at. I'm just gonna sort of nod my head and be like, "Oh, he friendly? Is he friendly or?"
I would be. Look, he's been here for 3 days. He is currently staying in one of the rooms that I have up above, and you see a staircase that kind of leads above. He's been here for 3 days, has not left, and all he's been doing is drinking.
Well, sounds like he's having a tough time.
Yes, I haven't pried too much into the Black Rock. I've just been trying to just let him know that I'm an ear if he needs it.
Right. Hey, well, I appreciate you sharing what you do now. Keeping us in the loop. I'm just gonna take another gold piece out and put it on the counter as well. Just say, I'll take one more of those, the oak brandy, I think you called it. I'll take one more of those.
Yes, of course. The white moon mead or the oak brandy do you want? I just served you the white moon mead, and it tastes phenomenal, by the way.
Me. Yes. That's good stuff.
I'll take an additional oak brandy. I'm gonna take it over to a table.
Okay, so you're taking oak brandy. That's a silver piece. Well, you slapped on the gold piece. He gives you your change, which is 9 silver back.
I just tap it on the counter and I'm gonna gesture over to Aura toward the dwarf sitting at the table.
Much obliged. And your name, sir?
Oh, me? Oh, I'm Cost.
Cost and your friend?
Aura.
Aura. Pleasure for both of you. You guys are welcome back anytime. And thank you for the very generous tip, but it is not necessary.
Well, thank you, sir. And I'm gonna look at Aura and nod my head toward the dwarf in the corner. Say, I think he likes brandy.
Let's hope he does.
Oh, hi. And I'm gonna sort of lead the way over there. And,
Are they going to the same person whose head popped up when the dragon was mentioned?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Same person.
Okay.
Are you heading that direction too, Salithol?
No, I'm gonna. What is there anybody else in the bar, or is it just the dwarf?
There are a couple townsfolk. He's really the kind of only really, if there was a person of interest to kind of, that would be more in the roguish type deal. He's really the only one that's doing that. There's probably like 5 people in here. There's like, a couple gentlemen that are talking. You can hear them talking about like, and then he said to me, well, we should use a perpendicular log. And I said, no, you should use this. And you hear another one that's like, I've been working on my blacksmithing, and it seems like a younger man who's working on his apprenticeship with a blacksmith. And he goes, man, it's just been taking forever, and I'm trying to get the curve right. And his friends are too. He's like, oh, you have always sucked at blacksmithing.
Mm-hmm. I'll wait a little bit until they get the attention, and then I'm gonna try to just slyly sneak behind or like adjacent-ish, so I can be like near the conversation without being in the conversation, and ideally like behind the dwarf without him noticing.
Yeah, he's sitting at a table, not in the corner, just like a table, but towards the back, to the side of the room, and he's just sitting there with his battle axe, kind of excuse me, leaning against it. His head is down, his cloak is up, and he's got his large pint. And Karst and Aura, your guys are headed over to him.
Yeah. When we get close, I'm gonna stop like in front of the table next to him and not sit down yet. I'm just gonna take the tankard of the oak brandy and sort of slap it on the table with a thud. and wait for
His
him to look
table?
up. His table, yeah.
Okay. You slap it down on the table. He keeps his eyes down for a moment and looks up and goes, "What do you want?"
I'm gonna slide it toward him. Be like, hi, friend. I'm just passing through, and you don't look like you're from here either. How are you?
What gave you that impression?
Well, people around here have a certain look, right?
Yeah, so what of it?
So, how'd you get those bandages on your hands, if you don't mind me asking?
He starts cracking his knuckles. Doesn't say anything.
I'm gonna sit down.
Quickly.
Okay. You pull the chair, and sit down. He doesn't move. He acknowledges you're there. What do you want?
Look, my name's Cost Sunborn. My friends and I are heading out west, and I don't mean to throw anyone under the bus, but it's come to my attention that you may have come from Blackrock yourself. What's going on over there? We're just trying to help.
Trying to help? The capital city of Tatara said they would help. No one came to our aid. A mage by the name of Salazar. And you just see him pull out a dagger and slam it down on the table. Garrett kind of looks at him like, easy, friend. It's just a table. Betrayed us. What I would give anything to rip that man apart. Blackrock's overrun. My people are dead. Don't know how many survivors are left. This is just one of my stops before I find that putrid, small gnome and strangle him with my bare hands until the life form gives from him. He took everything from me. Riding in with aid, he said, "Oh, we're here to help." Opening the gates, flooding through with the Red Dragon army. He spits down on the floor. When I find that man, I will murder him.
Well, I'll hate to break it to you, but I don't think you're going to be finding him anytime soon. See, we have more in common than...
Why is that?
Well, we have more in common than I initially thought. See, Salazar was on the wrong side of our crew not too long ago. Himself. He's already dealt with.
Dealt with. What do you know of the Red Dragon army?
The Red Dragon Army? I mean, this is
The
my
Red
first...
Dragon army. The ones who worship Balagos.
I'm afraid to say this is my first time hearing about them. Aura? In your books, they talk about any of that
I
kind of
believe
stuff?
we heard about this before in Tatara. I'm assuming that's something in relation to Cairo Anton himself. Considering he was there with the Red Dragon.
Lord of Fire. Cairo Anton, huh? He's a bastard.
That we can agree.
You know, Blackrock is a very proud and noble place. We did much trading with many different areas, providing with many sort of resources, materials. My hands smashing down into my gauntlet. They wiped us out, one by one. Balagos swallowing people whole, women and children slaughtered and burned to ash. these hands, and he like pulls them out, and you could just see that like just his arms like under the gauntlet that he like begins to pull off, just seared and burned and bubbly and gross. And his bandages, as he kind of pulls them apart, you just see that it's just a disgusting, vile sight. I made it out alive. One of the few. Blackrock is no longer the domain of the dwarves. My home is gone. My family's gone. My kin is no more. All that remains is my battle axe that I forged myself with my bare hands, but these hands are not able to do that anymore.
Sorry to hear that. Do you mind if I'm gonna gesture toward his hands? Can I see? Are those fresh?
He puts his hands forward towards you. They're very bad shape. You see that he's really tried to kind of keep the bandages. The bandages have not been cleaned. He hasn't put new ones on. You can tell, you know how stubborn dwarfs are.
Mm-hmm.
And as he continues to, kind of reach forward, you see the hesitancy from him. Just kind of like puts him out, but kind of like pulls him back a little bit.
Sure. I'm gonna really gently sort of put my hands on them. I'm gonna say, "Is this all right?"
What do you
Does it
plan
hurt?
on doing? Doing some magic of some sort?
Something like that. And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on his arms and see if I can sort of take some of that pain away, cure some of those burns. I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level.
Oh, 3rd level. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I roll, or do we just?
Go.
Okay.
I'm gonna say for this, I would say roll a medicine check along with the spell. The reason being is that it's not a hit point that he's regaining. It's the healing of the hand. It's more of a condition, but it would be a wound. So I think it's more of a medicine check than anything. And you can cast it, and we'll say the DC is pretty low for it, considering you've dealt with these types of things before. So
Sure. So medicine check, that's an 18. 14 plus
Yep.
4. And then for the spell, 5, 6, 11, or 10. Then 13 points of healing from the spell itself.
yeah, I mean you've dealt with burns before.
17.
You have a pretty good knowledge of it, and as you kind of put your hands on, it heals the burns pretty well. The severity of the damage, you kind of restore the movement of his hands that were constrained beforehand. He looks at you in really just disbelief, and you just see just one, his eyes begin to water, and just kind of one tear kind of begin to form down. He kind of shrugs it off real quick, trying to hide it. He looks at you and says, I mean, they're still swollen, and there's obviously some healing that needs to go along with it. But the actual burns and the bubbly parts of it are healed. And he looks at you and says, thank you.
It's not a problem at all, friend. What's your name?
Ormac Boulderkith.
He said Thormac?
Ormac,
Pormac.
Hormek, Boulderkith. Ormac Boulderkith.
Well, Hormac. Like I said.
Son of Adakam Boulderkith.
Son of Vatican Boulderkith. Well, Hormek Boulderkith, son of Vatican Boulderkith. Look, Salazar is nowhere to be found out here. he's already long gone. By that I mean
Yep.
dead, just to be clear. But,
How do you know that?
well,
Aura stands up with the belt. Yeah, he's gone.
that's his
Took
belt,
them
by the way.
ourselves. Yeah.
You were the ones that created his demise.
Oh.
Yes. He killed our friend in front of us.
Bastard. Well, I think it's fair to say I think a round is of the essence. And he turns and goes, Garrick. Garrick looks at him like kind of perplexed. That is the first time that he's kind of acknowledging him. At this point, Eva and Ryo, are you guys headed towards the tavern at this point?
I'm going wherever Ryo's going because
You're
he's
being
obviously
pulled,
the one
yeah.
leading this adventure. I'm being pulled, so whatever Ryo says.
Ryo, what are we doing?
Yeah, I was thinking we would go back. Well, what else is there again?
There's a blacksmith shop. There's a couple, there's a clothing
let's get
shop,
off-
shoe
Is
shop.
there a
All
bathhouse?
up and then go to the blacksmith shop.
Is there a bathhouse?
Well,
We have a bathhouse episode.
I would say that there is because you guys are by a river. But it's pretty low key. Not like a spa, a very nice spa. It's like I would say for the sake of this, like if you really want there to be a bathhouse, sure, there's a bathhouse. Sure.
Fine,
Why
there's hot
not?
springs. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean the water that's funneled into it, we'll just say that they, created
It's
a
a
nice little.
mediocre spa. It's
Yeah,
a
it's a-
mediocre spa.
it's a-
It's a hometown spa.
And all
Okay,
the
I'd
towels
like
are
to
dirty.
take. I'd like to drag Eva to the hot springs, but just to chill.
Sure.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, so you take
Chill.
Eva to the hot springs
Chill.
and you begin to kind of get some rest and relaxation. Stalethal, what are we doing in this situation?
I've been behind the dwarf, while they've been doing the
Yeah,
story.
you've listened to everything.
Mm-hmm. I'm staying. I was angling just in case he got aggressive.
Mhm.
But I've been he's been giving us information, so I'm just sort of chilling there, kind of hidden in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the conversation to wrap up.
Yeah, Hormac turns to Garrick and goes, Garrick, round for everyone. And Garrick goes, everyone. Yeah, everyone. And Garrick begins to walk around serving everyone. The patrons are like, wait, why we didn't order this? And from the gentleman back there. And Cormac stands up and goes, to the death of Salazar, putrid bastard.
Boy, I'll cheers to that. Slap my hand on the table.
Yeah,
Cheers, yeah.
absolutely.
And he chugs the drink like that, slams it down at the table. Looks at you, Karst. Have you done the same?
I have.
I will.
Garrick, another. Garrick kind of is looking and goes, "Oh God."
Getting wasted.
And brings another round. Hormac goes, Karst. What are your plans? Where are you headed next?
Well, to be honest with you, my friends and I were planning on heading to Blackrock. If what you say is true, there may not be much to head toward. But, listen,
Well, I got nothing really to do after Salazar is dead, so Why don't we go after Karuatin together? What do you say?
Well, we'll have to bring it to the rest of the group, but that's something I could get behind. Aura, how do you feel about that?
Garrick another.
Sure.
I'm gonna look at Salafel, but I'm not gonna say anything because Kars isn't sure if he wants to
Yeah.
be known.
I'm going to speak up and say, I think having a guide will be very auspicious.
You're gonna have to dumb that down a little bit for the little people.
Thank you.
It'll be a good idea to have someone who knows their way around.
Who are you?
I'm with them.
This is Salafel. He's good. He's good folk. Good people.
Where are you from, Salithel?
So angry.
Around.
You, You from, Viseria?
I'm from around.
Roll
Deception
deception check.
Round the thing.
There's my d20.
He's not buying it.
Deception is 12.
Kind of looks at you and goes, I ask you a question.
And I gave you my answer.
Trust. I'll help you. Your elf friend over here, I don't fully trust. He's from Viseria, we might have a little bit of a problem. Us dwarves are not too keen on elves from that area.
Well, I can't claim to know the conflicts among your people, but if he is or is not, to be honest, I don't even remember what town he's from. But he'll grow on you. I can promise you that. I'll give them both a little tap on the shoulder.
Roll a persuasion check.
No kiss.
now kiss. Persuasion. Plus 3. Ooh, 18.
He kind of sighs for a moment and goes, "Fine. We're doing this for my people, not for the benefit of anyone else. Understand?"
Aye, we are. Shall we hold another cheers to it? For your people.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll get along with the elf. For now. But don't you fucking touch me, elf. You understand?
Nice to meet you, Ormac.
Yeah, whatever. And in Saleville, you know that there's always been kind of like some conflict between the elves from Viseria and the dwarves.
Wait, just to clarify, Salethil is from there, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Syria is like the kingdom. I'm from Autumndale, which is
Okay, that's what I remember. Autumndale. I didn't Syria.
Yeah. So you're very much aware of it.
I forgot about it until he started treating me with antagonism. I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
I forgot my own
Wow,
backstory.
Lawson did a great job DMing and remembering stuff in my backstory. Wonderful job, Lawson. Thanks, buddy.
I wasn't the one who wrote the dwarven antagonism.
There is. You and I both know that there is. So, anyway, at this point, you guys have had a few drinks. Horvath reluctantly paid for 1 or 2 rounds of Salethol, but majority being to Karst.
He gave me one, and I sipped it, but I didn't like finish more than one drink.
Yeah, that works.
I'm
Which he's
cheesy.
kind of like low key happy about. He's like, all right, I don't have to keep paying for this guy. At which point, what are you guys deciding? You guys leaving the bar or the tavern, or what's kind of the next step for you? What you guys want to do?
Well, I think it's about time Hormack meets the rest of the group so we can get a full consensus, you know.
All right.
Yep.
Garrick says, well, much appreciated, Hormack, for fronting the bill for everyone. Who says I'm fronting the bill? It's these guys.
All right.
And
I'll pick up the tab.
he starts
Consider
laughing,
it
I would
fair.
never do that to you. I would never do that to you. Taurus pushes him out the door. He's like, hey, yeah, here's a couple platinum. And he, like, throws it behind him. The platinum pieces that he throws are, like, not platinum pieces that you guys have ever seen before. They're, like, made out of pure platinum and carved,
Baller.
like, legitimately by hand from the Dwarven City. They're very different, but still platinum. And Garrett kind of is like, whoa. Hormack, thank you. You are always welcome as one of our favorite patrons here. Thank you so much. And as you guys leave, I'm going to cut back to Eva and Ryo. So you guys are currently in the bathhouse.
Well, I'm picturing like a hot spring where we can see the clouds. And
Yeah, it's
I'm
like a nice little opening that goes up.
yeah, and I'm like staring up into the sky, and I say, if you were a bird, what kind of bird would you be?
An eagle.
A falcon.
A falcon? Why a
I would probably
falcon?
be well, my guild that I was a part of was called the Silver Falcons, and I think I would be a silver falcon. It just means a lot to me.
I've never seen a silver falcon.
Well, they're quite rare, and they only appear every so often. Unfortunately, I'm not sure where the other one, where our current one went. I'm having a feeling that it passed away, but I don't know where it went. I'm not sure if it passed away, but that's just my judgment.
If you were a fruit, what kind of fruit would you be?
Are there any pink fruit?
Pomegranates.
Starfruit.
Probably a pomegranate.
You can pan back to everyone else.
Yeah, by the way, we're just having a wholesome day. Nothing much is happening. To be honest, Eva kind of.
This is what you texted me. You're like, come back to us. And this is what you give me? This is what you give me?
We need the juxtaposition.
All right. So we'll say that you guys had enjoyed yourself. You have a wholesome connection at the bathhouse. And after a while, the group's been looking for you. And
I
You
want them
leave.
to walk in on us at the bathhouse.
They're not gonna know that we're there.
They're gonna go to the outfit shop, and then the outfit person can tell them we're at the bathhouse.
You didn't tell the outfit person.
We
you were
didn't
going-
tell her. We didn't tell her that. You just left without saying anything.
so hours have
There's no
passed
way.
of the group looking for you guys. Hormack is like, is this everyone? I thought that there were more of you.
Oh, there's somewhere, I promise.
I like to think that we walk out all like gussied up, and they just don't notice. They just walk right past us, and we're ignoring them anyway.
You guys can wear your new attire, and yeah, you had makeup put on you and different things. Your pink hair would definitely stand out. Just letting you know. But if you wanted to roll a stealth check against their passive perception, I would allow it.
I know I don't know.
Do you wanna?
Sure.
Do you wanna for shits and giggles?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I like it. I like this.
All right, cool.
We have fun here at Dice Droppers.
Yes, and Luke Strahd 12. Falcons are cool.
Oh, no.
They are cool and definitely a good choice. Luke's character was part of a guild called the Silver Falcons. The leader, Dorn, who was like an awesome, individual. Oh no! Yeah, that counts, guys. I dropped my dice.
That's a drop.
Ah!
And it's so small too. It's the worst part is I can't find it.
And we're
It's a
caught up
D4.
with the episode count. That's 19 drops.
Why? God damn it! I've only had I think 1 or 2 this entire time. Shit. That die is gone. There's no way I'm gonna find it.
Alright, so what'd you roll?
So what did you roll?
My boy. Oh, I rolled a dirty 20.
Oh,
Do I have to roll 2?
Yeah.
I assume we don't see either of you. I'm gonna look at Hormac and I'm gonna be like, I know they're somewhere around here. They look kind of like, and I'm gonna point at Eva and be like, kind of like her, but different. Like as they're walking by.
What was Ra's roll?
I rolled a stealth. Oh my gosh. I rolled a
Oh, a dirty. Oh no, 25.
25.
Shit.
Thank you. I don't know how to add.
25.
Wow. Yeah,
or it's Sailor like
walking
looking up
in
the other
blind
direction
sight.
versus like Cormac. They kind of look like those two ladies, but different.
The same, but different, but still the same. Oh my god, that's amazing.
So maybe I want to.
Where are we going next?
I was thinking maybe we go meet up where they wanted to meet up with us.
That sounds like a good idea.
You go to the tavern. You guys want to go to the tavern?
Yeah. We're in our new fancy dresses. We're looking sick. We're looking hot. We're looking great. We're women.
Hot girl summer.
Yeah.
Hot girl summer. Fuck yeah.
You guys get to the Curious Twig and Garrick. Hello, ladies. Welcome to my tavern, the Curious Twig. May I get you a couple of drinks? Sorry. Can I get you a couple of drinks?
I would love one.
Do you have anything
Here.
pink?
Do I have anything? What?
Pink?
Do you have any rosé?
I can check to see if I have some wine in the cellar. Just give me a few moments, and you hear like the floorboards pulled up, and he begins to walk down. Immediately, a couple of the men that are still in the tavern, townsfolk, come up to you and they go, "Hey, brings you, lovely ladies, into this tavern."
I immediately walk away. I walk out of the tavern.
Bye.
Can I stealthily use prestidigitation to soil his pants? Like make them all dirty, make all of his clothes like as dirty as possible.
Oh, you're casting a spell though, so like, let's see.
I think prestidigitation has.
It's a verbal component,
It is a verbal component. I was just
so
gonna
we would hear you.
see if I could say it under my breath, but okay.
He's very intrigued, so he's listening. So I would say no.
You could assert your dominance and just say it out loud.
No.
Depends on how long it would take to cast. I mean, it just is casting time is one action. I don't know.
Yeah, you can go ahead and cast it.
I mean, can I like, I'll like smile at him and then I'll like do and then I'll say it. So that way he thinks I'm like flirting with him or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Does that work?
What
or
do
I
you
have to, like-
say?
I don't
What do you
Speak
say?
gibberish to
I,
him.
This is a role play game, Luke. I hope you're
I-
aware it's a role play game.
I was just
Flirt
gonna
with your
say
brother,
this-
damn it! Flirt
was
with
just
your
gonna-
brother.
I was just gonna say the spell.
No.
I was just gonna say the spell, but
You're just gonna say
that's not how that works.
You said you'd say the spell.
Can I save you?
I need
Can I
clarity.
get you out of this?
Yeah, you totally can.
No, I'm instead I'm just gonna leave. Instead of doing all this crap,
All right,
I'm
so you
just
guys
gonna leave.
You guys walk in. The man comes up to you. You
no,
guys turn
no,
around.
like not leave the bar. I just meant like walk away from him.
I left the bar. I'm outside.
Oh, you left the bar? Oh, I thought
Wow.
you just walked to a different place because I still wanted my rosé.
No, I left. I'm gone.
Yeah, Ryo just walks out. You're still in there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk to like a different table. We're gonna walk away from him.
All right, so you walk to a different table. So now the party is split into 3 separate parts. Great. All right.
I want my rosé. I earned it today. I had a very rough night last night.
The gentleman, begins to walk closer to you. Garrick is like, no, none of that, and he just like throws him outside. Rao, as you're like walking outside, you see the man just flop out, and the door slams shut. It's like, oh, that hurt. It's okay, Garrick. I'll be back. I'll be back.
I'm gonna get up after I see that happen. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna open the door out of the bar and be like, Ryo, you can come back in if you want now.
Okay, I'll go back in.
All right, you walk back in. Garrick comes up and presents you. He's like, this is the only wine I have. It's not the best, but it's the closest thing I have to rosé, and it's just a red wine.
That's fine.
Sounds good.
All right. Here you go.
Have you
pours, a
seen
drink for you.
3 people, little dirty looking? One's got green hair.
There's an elf, a half orc, and an
Oh,
Nazi that actually stands out.
Yes. Hormac was actually here too. So it was Karst and Ori met, and then there was another individual who was kind of being weird and just kind of like being really sneaky, but like I saw him the whole time.
Yeah, that's Talethel.
Oh, okay. Yes.
He thinks he's cooler than he actually is.
Yeah,
He
they
thinks he's cooler than he is.
left. They said that they were looking for. They were going to leave. They were going to meet up with a couple of their friends. So
Oh, well, that's us.
is that? Oh. All right. Well, if you'd like, I can summon them if that helps.
That sounds great. Tell them they're summoned to us.
Okay. Yes. No. Of course. And he walks around the table and like opens in like the bar and like opens the door like, hi, Cormac, Cost, your friends are over here. I'm summoning you over here. And just you get like a
No
faint
magic,
distance.
no nothing. just hey! Is anybody out there?
Help! Help! Help!
Help! Help!
So the rest of you do hear Garrick screaming outside of the tavern. After walking into many different stores, mind you,
And a bathhouse at
You
this
guys
point.
can know
and the bathhouse.
I'm not going back over there. I'm gonna stay exactly where the hell we were supposed to meet. So you guys can go get him.
Oh, alright. Well,
Alright.
Where are we supposed to meet? Back at
Hormac
the
is
bar?
walking with you guys. He kind of looks
Oh,
at
like
the table.
outside of the bar?
He's a stubborn bastard.
it was right
isn't
outside
he?
the bar, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So where were we supposed to be?
Oh,
Just
we
hours
went
later.
to the middle of the street, and then you went there, and we went to the bar. That was a different.
Yeah, and then we came back to the bar.
yeah, but we
We're
went
supposed to move the bar.
to the bar.
That's just where we were supposed. No, that's where we were
No,
supposed to
we
be. Like,
said, meet back here, and we were standing in the middle of the street.
Oh, I thought you meant.
We were standing right outside the bar.
You weren't
Well,
in
that's
the
what I
bar.
thought. Yeah, I thought we were standing outside of the bar.
That was my understanding.
If you have to go to a place, you're not at the place.
I want to wait for you guys to
I
have this
to walk
conversation until.
inside. I'm so far from the place.
I want your characters to have this conversation.
You went into the tavern and you
Yeah.
went through the tavern.
This is totally happening like in their characters because there's no way that like this isn't what their characters are saying to each other.
Wrong position, Eva. It's a different place.
Well, excuse me for being correct.
You will get. You went off into a completely different place.
Sailor
And then-
Phil,
Hey,
Sailor
why do you
Phil.
look so good?
Sailor Phil, can I ask you a question? Sailor Phil, why? We were at the meeting place. Where have you guys been? We've been here waiting for you all to get back to this place.
The meeting place was half a kilometer
Where
down the
have
road.
you
When we
been?
had the conversation,
I've had a chance to have this whole glass of wine.
and we had a chance to pick up a whole new member. This is Ormac, by the way.
Oh, pleasure. I give him my
We'll probably
hand.
hit you too.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm sorry. I'm still laughing at what Car said. So
Oh my god.
that was perfect comedic timing. Oh my god.
Everyone's yelling. I yelled.
Why do you look so good?
I'm crying right now. Yeah, that was amazing. Me right here. Where are we? There. Oh my god.
In any case, we're probably going to. We have this. This is Ormac. He was from Blackrock.
Hormac. My name's Hormac.
Hormac. Okay.
Hormac. H
Cormac. Yeah.
O R.
H-O-R-E.
TOS.
Mac and cheese.
Anyway, sorry. You have.
No, it's not spelled like whore. It's Hormek. Hormac.
Nice to meet you,
Okay.
Hormac.
You pretty lady will not make me angry.
Sorry, I'm a little drunk.
I see his racism is based only on sex. Got it. So, are
'Cause I'm
we
no.
going to be going and helping out your town, or are we just going to sit here and...
Well,
You think I'm the one that told your friends to go meet you in the place that you thought that they were going to meet you, but then they thought they were going to meet somewhere else?
I'm not putting this on you, man. I'm just
You
saying...
just said you looked at me and you said, "Are we going to head there?" I've been waiting for your friends to show up. You dumb elf. You don't know where your friends are.
Take what
I
you
mean-
want, man.
Oh my
I'm
god.
going
I'll
to
leave.
live in your city, man.
Hey, do you guys like our outfits?
I do like your outfit. It's a lot nicer than some of the outfits I've seen before. I would just get it dirty. Elf, you're a piece of work. You know that.
Yeah.
You're doing me a favor. We're doing each other
Is that the
favors.
definition of a favor? Is doing something good for someone with no...
I'm doing a favor for Karst. Karst is a good man.
well, thank
That
you.
he is.
Yeah.
All right, look. If we want to get to Blackrock, from here it's gonna take a few days, at least 6 days on foot. If we travel on horses, we probably could cut that in half. My advice, and to be completely honest, if you head towards the main area, and then he like pulls out a map, and it's the map of the actual continent. He slaps it down. You see that there are like many different markings in the actual of Blackrock that he has marked around it. So I will actually put those on the map right now, and I'm gonna put them in. Wow, that'll work. Cool. Obviously, perfect. All right. He has marked a variety of different areas that are currently outposts surrounding Blackrock. There are 4 major outposts that he has marked. One of which, just get here. That one needs to be done. One of which he actually marks as being significant and marks it with an X on here as well. Oh my gosh, really? There we go. Sorry, my apologies here. There we go. He marks it with an X, and he states to you guys that this spot right here on the northern side, I'll get into character, sorry. On the northern side of this this outpost, there are guards there that like to gamble every night. Sorry, like to gamble on the western side every night. The ones in the north have felt left out for a while, and they typically leave their post because, again, this is more of the wastelands. Not a lot of creatures or people kind of come there, so they actually leave. Every night, it's specifically, probably a few hours after dawn, they leave. We are looking to move into Blackrock. That's the time. Before I kind of plan this out, what's our mission cost?
Well,
what do we hope to gain by going there?
Well, our mission was to help the people that were there. Do you think that there are still survivors? Do you think they're still holding on for a lost cause? Or do you think, if they were to have retreated, where would they go?
Mount Fang would be the main place that they would have retreated. I don't know if they are still there or not. Another where they might go is the Wastelands, and they kind of set up shop there. But if anywhere, it'd be Mount Fang. But Blackrock right now is being controlled by the Dragon Army. Right. So, if we're headed there, we're going into a fight. Just mind you.
Well, we'll probably want
We're going to do this. Probably, but I did mark that I've been scouting the area for a while after I'd left because I've been waiting to see if there were any survivors that could follow. Not many have survived, Cost.
Sale, you said there was somewhere just past Blackrock that you wanted to go, right?
Nothing, yeah. I know
Maybe...
there's a large collection of elves around there. Your best hope is for dwarves to come into and have a rendezvous, a rehabilitation. They're probably not going to find much welcome in Mount Fang.
Within the mountains, they might.
Maybe.
Us dwarves live in the mountains. That's what we're accustomed to. That's the closest mountain that's there. The other one can be towards the area of the Tectherios Mountains, but they would have to go either around the Darklands through the Wasteland, which many dwarves would venture, or through the Darklands, which they don't have much choice. They could. People who go through there don't come out.
Right. It's well known. So maybe, and just hear me out. I know that it's not going to be a popular opinion on either side for elves or dwarves, but maybe we circumvent Blackrock and connect with the survivors, see what shape they're in, see where they stand. And elves, dwarves, and anyone in between. We can jump between if needed. But if we're gonna take on Blackrock, or if we're going to try to salvage whatever there is out that direction, maybe it starts there with the people that were forced out.
I'm fine with whichever. I don't have much allegiance or draw to the classical views of my people, but if any untapped resource is an untapped resource. Might be have a few good fighting men in the town just to the south. I think that's a good place to start.
So Mount Fang is where we're headed.
Sounds like it's where we're headed.
Well, we'll stay here for the night. I do have a spot in Curious Twig. I think it's probably the best if we stay the night and leave first thing in the morning.
All right.
All right. Well, maybe we round up some horses in the morning and head out bright and early. Hopefully, some of the storm passes over by then.
Sounds good. Are you guys planning on staying at the Curious Twig Tavern Inn or just a different place? Right, you do know that there's a couple buildings that like to host. It's kind of like almost like a bed and breakfast type deal. And you also are aware that Saria actually is pretty welcoming. And you can stay with her if you need to as well.
I think I want to convince the group to stay at Sari's and try to convince them all to get matching cloaks.
I will sleep there. I will sleep there under the express condition that I do not have to wear any matching clothing. I'm not going to be a part of the goddamn Rangers.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
That's a song I haven't heard in a long time. Epic opening.
It's morphine time!
Alright, what are the rest of you? Are you guys gonna go there as well?
I could use a new cloak, yeah.
Yeah!
Okay.
You know, Connors.
Laura?
When
Yeah, why not?
Alright.
is there a
I
jewelry
really liked
store?
you this morning.
Is there a jewelry store anywhere?
You really what?
Never mind.
You go to Saria's and walk into her place of business. Saria's not there.
Where is she?
And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Cool. Now we have a plot point for the clothing shop. That's so cool. That's so fun.
That was like the most like underwhelming, like I am not interested in this bullshit type of comment.
I have to go find the regional manager of J.C. Penney's, and that's my next. That's my next fucking.
Just watch it be like she's sleeping upstairs.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, she went to bed early.
She was in the back room. No.
Turns out Salazar is still alive, and Staria is short for Salazar.
Yeah, if you switch around the letters, it's all a puzzle.
Yeah. If
you switch around the letters and
Add a
take
couple new
out
ones.
some and then add some new ones in, it spells Salazar.
See, Asterak really isn't interested in being like an undead Demilich. He's just interested in opening up a line of boutiques across the continent.
It's all part of his master plan.
across the multiverse. That's what he's doing. I'm just opening up little, shops across the multiverse. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You're just
Disguising
jealous.
myself as a 4'6" human redhead woman in her late 20s with freckles on her face, and I am creating clothes for different adventures across the multiverse. That's
You're
what
all
he's doing.
just jealous of our cloaks.
Oh my god.
I really am not. I have no interest.
Oh my god. That's
I have
amazing.
no interest in finding the D&D trench coat. Like
it's a
that's
cloak.
just the style that you guys are rocking now. We're bringing the trench coat back to Trolloc.
I
We
can
are.
put a picture in the chat of what I envision the cloak looking like.
Also, I'd like to bring attention to the fact that Sale's one condition was that he doesn't have to wear the cloak out of there, but he will. The party will have a cloak for him.
Yeah.
If and when he does change his mind.
We all have matching cloaks except for you.
Yeah.
You're the only one who's not wearing it. You just have it in your bag.
This is the official uniform of the Moonslayers, and I'm just there in like scrubs because I refuse to like be a part of it.
Amazing. Well, for those of you who dropped by tonight, thank you very much for watching. Luke Straught, thanks for dropping in, man. Hopefully you enjoyed a fun session. Combat's way more fun, by the way. Just emphasizing that, but I think we all cracked up. I think we all cracked up tonight with the meeting place. Oh my god, that was great. But thank you, thank you everyone for dropping in, and we'll see you next week. So, thanks so much.
Is that the sign off?
I don't know.
We don't know anymore.